All right, so this is my 6-month review with my guy. Oh. Well, it's a fine August day here in Idaho. And I've been searching for a daily driver for a little over 3 months, but just nothing spoke to the soul. And it popped up. It's a manual, rear wheel drive, 0 to 60 in the 5s, 4 doors, and is $4,000 cash. So you can't beat that. That's Honda Civic money. The only catch was that it's located in Idaho Falls, which was 4 hours away. So I went on, what is this, a budget car? I went on Budget's website and rented this car for $64, freaking mint. And we're just cruising over. Oh, let's get it open. 06. I thought I locked it. Well, 06, 330. But what's that? A third pedal? What's that? Huh. Yes. Yes. Alright guys, so I've had this BMW now for almost 3 weeks, but I'm going to show you the one problem. When you shift it, okay, that was too good of a shift. When I go into third here, let's see if I can get a thud out of it. Dang it. Okay, hold up. Dang it. Maybe I just suck at shifting. There we are. Do you hear that clunk? There's a big clunk, and when you hold the stick, it feels like she might need some mounts. So I got mounts for it, and you can also see here my shifter is very loosey-goosey. So I got some bushings or some replacement parts for my shifter, and you can see this shifter is huge. It's very long. So I got a replacement shifter too, but this car is an absolute delight. Had no issues thus far, but we're gonna go ahead and jack it up, see if it needs motor mounts. I got a full set, but I'm gonna do training mounts for sure. Do my little plastic ring-a-ding freaking inner tube looking thing for this drive shaft, and I think that's the issue, but we'll jack it up and see. Alright, so this is the way the shifter looks. You just pop that out, pull this little guy off, and then there's a rubber boot that you just pull out. Not too hard, but look at that wobble from that little plastic bearing, and it shouldn't have that much wobble. But if you look, like, I can shake this quite a bit too, and I have some bearings to replace back here as well. So just pay attention to which way this goes. I noticed that the BMW logo is right there, so it goes like this. And you gotta like twist this, your clock, to get to pop out. So I'm gonna do that. All right guys, friendly reminder, don't get too caught up on brand new parts. So this is a new bushing. It's supposed to go in the front, but she's too thick with the K, not the good CC thick. So I put the old ones in. I've been dicking with this BMW for like 3 hours trying to get this to go in, and it was bending. It wouldn't fit. I broke it. So back to the old ones. I just super glued them, and I'm gonna pack it with grease. Woo! Hey, pro tip guys, when you're switching out one of them radiators on one of them E90s, you just freaking saws all that puppy. Bust out the little Milwaukee, saws all that, and then you just grab this with a pair of pliers once this is out. All right, so BMWs have always had an unreliable reputation, especially the E90s. But good news for all of us, the E90s get a bad rap because they have that 335i, and those have twin turbos, or people do single turbos, and they blow up all the time. These little straight six like a Cummins, but it's a gasser, and they're pretty bulletproof, except this one, like most BMWs, has a check engine light on, and it's for an evap leak that is just tucked right underneath my throttle body. I know exactly where it's at. I just haven't switched it, because once again, this is a winter beater to me. I know that there's some E90 enthusiasts that's gonna watch this and cringe. Say, oh, that motor should never run rich or lean due to that evap leak. But mine does. Mine enjoys it. I get about 25 miles per gallon on a highway with spirited driving, like 22 around town, which isn't terrible. I could probably coast and accelerate more fuel efficiently, but I can live with it. If I just show you this, and this, and this, you might think I was in an E46 M3, but then I show you these in the back, and you realize I'm in a 330 that I got for $4,000 that can still get thrown around a corner and likes to rev out to 6,500 RPMs all the time with no issues. Goodbye, $4,000. Let me know. So this car specifically has had the Vanos done, it had struts done, it had wheels and, not wheels and tires, but it's got powder coated rims, and it has a set of winter tires and a good set of all seasons. It's had the brakes done. The only things that are weird is BMW stuff. Like sometimes when you hit a bump, the rear windows won't roll up if they're down. And once again, I got an evap leak, which BMW stuff. But everything else is pretty solid. I had to replace the shift bushings, the radiator. I replaced this hose just for giggles because it was leaking. You know how BMW likes to make terrible hoses for coolant. I don't know how they do it, but them and Volkswagen do it together. Yes, this car is dirty. It is my daily driver, and I'm not an Instagram model. So if you'd like to come wash it for me, please feel free. I'm gonna wash it this weekend, but it's my winter beater. All right, let's talk about, that's hot. All right, let's talk about what makes this special. This is special because it's a naturally aspirated, inline six-speed manual BMW, rear-wheel drive with traditional, not electric assist, just normal power steering that doesn't feel like you're playing a sim when you drive it. And that's what makes this car very special. But also the downside of it is that it kind of revs like a Honda and it makes no power low and you have to wind it up. But also these things love high revs. So it's nice when you're in spirited driving moves, but just putting around town. If I need to pass someone, it's kind of a pain. Sometimes I have to lay on it for a few seconds before it even goes, or I have to drop 2 gears to actually get it to move. So one of the things to consider when looking at a 330 BMW with the famous N52.